Alright. One take. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rico Tensai, and I like speaking mind. Today, I'm going to try to make a video with no editing. I'm going to include all the stuttering. I'm including all the random burps. I'm gonna include all those moments where I just blank out and I can't remember what I was going to say next. And just to kind of remind people that videos everything is perfect, all right? You realize, or I forget sometimes that when I watch a YouTube video, this is edited. This isn't everything was just perfect and they just got everything in the right time, or they got the perfect shot every single. It's no, of course not. And then how it looks with color grading and getting the certain angles. It's of course there's certain things that we could do to change how we look at the video, and of course to appeal to the audience, and also because this is their style and just how they view the world. So of course, however they create it, they want to hope that everyone else will also like it, which is why I wouldn't say crave the attention, but why we focus so much on numbers and subscribers. Because if we don't, it means we automatically think that there's something wrong with our video because we don't get a lot of views. But I still think as long as you like your video, then that's all that matters. Sure, because at the same time, not everyone's gonna like your video, and you can't just assume the whole world is gonna see your video. Of course, it's gonna just be a good handful of people. So my point is, just if you want to film something, just film it. Just film it for yourself. Don't worry about all the, try not to worry about too much of the numbers. Because yes, of course, in the beginning, of course it's all about the numbers. Because when it gets to you, when you see a lot of numbers and you see a lot of comments and you see a lot of likes and subscribers, it does make you feel good because we like that attention. We all want some type of attention here and there. But it's just, everyone's different. Because, there are some people who just want, a little bit of attention. And there's some who want a lot of attention. And now I'm going to transition to a different topic because I don't know what else to say about it. Because, I do have my phone. But I'm trying to just go off the top of the dome without thinking too much. And I don't have to edit. And I don't have to figure out all this other things. Okay. I remember what I was thinking about. I was thinking about recently how, what is it? I'm on day 73. I'm already almost over with this channel. Now, I realize that I am very lucky that I'm able to do this challenge, and also just how easy it is for me to do it just because I have no job. If I had a job, this would be a little bit harder. But at least, or how I see it, I think this is sort of the universe giving me a second chance to kind of remind myself why I make videos. And it's not because of how do I say this? With the whole universe talk sometimes with me, and it's just fun to really say it because it's just fun to connect it, because everything needs to have some kind of meaning, right? Because if we don't put meaning into something, then it feels useless, and it feels so fast you can just be all right, I'm over this because there's no meaning to it, so why am I going to continue? So that's why we have to add some meaning to certain things. So with making YouTube videos and becoming a YouTuber, and how last year I had this idea or epiphany, I guess, that hey, there's something that I've always wanted to do since I was, kind of young-ish, that I always liked to be a YouTuber. And even though at the time, back in the day, I did have, I had friends who used to make, music video stuff, and you just lip sync it. But after I grew out of that phase, I was just well, I kind of just talking to the camera or trying to make skits. Because back in the day, skits was a big old thing. But then not realizing how hard it was to do it by myself, and always having to ask people was kind of tough, because it's either You have to make time for, you have to make scheduled timing, and you also have to also just like being in the right like mindset to kind of do it. And also when your friends aren't in the same, having the same mindset either, is like, well, this kind of, it's kind of a bummer, because it's like if you're not into it, then I don't really feel like into it. Like I remember there's 2 videos I asked my friends to help me on a long time ago. This is a different channel, not this one. And that one was fun, but I knew I couldn't do it a lot because my excuse was I need a team, or I need more people to help me, and I can't do it by myself. So then I quit. But I'm always having some type of excuse as to why I don't want to continue. It's always either I don't have anyone to help me, it's too hard, I just give up. Those are mainly like the 2. It's always I don't have anyone to help me and I just want to quit because it's too difficult. But now that I have a second chance, and learning from what happened last year, of just because I think also what happened was like I got so in my head of like because I got fired at the right time last year, right when I'm starting my YouTube, I thought the universe is like, oh, we're gonna give you the chance to become a YouTuber now because you just got fired. So this is like the greatest like comeback story, right? No, it wasn't. It wasn't the great comeback story. It was basically, I'll still make videos, but then of course I was like, well, I need to get a job soon. And then at the time, I really wanted to leave my parents' house because I couldn't, I didn't like the feeling of being there at the time. So when I was forcing myself to not forcing myself, when I had to ask myself, I had to, ask for help to get a job, I guess. Did I? Wait, hold on. How did that go? It did not go like that. Wait a minute. Is that how it went? I had to, because, okay, no, at the time I was like, alright, there's 2 options. I need to get a job, and also need to focus on YouTube. Right now I'm really focusing on YouTube, but I do need to get a job. But at the time, I asked for help. A friend of mine just gave me a job, or helped me get a job. I hated that job. I'm going to cut it short. I hated that job, and then I was only able to really focus on that job, and I couldn't focus on YouTube anymore. I couldn't find that balance, and then that's when mental breakdown happened, and then I'm like, I don't want to work here. I just don't want to have a job right now. And then and also, I didn't want to have a job right now, and also I didn't want to do YouTube. Because I was making excuses as to why it's so hard, and no one's helping me, and blah, 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 making stupid excuses. And then I just stopped both of it, and then took a minute to be like, okay, what am I doing? What do I want to do? What is life? And, just questioning everything. And then that's how the whole 75 Hard Challenge came in, and then I was like, okay, this is a good restart, right? I have no job. I have no crazy responsibilities. I'm still living in my parents' house, but it's not a big deal. Why is that a big deal? So then doing this was great because it helped me understand that I don't need, I guess, some type of like validation to where, like, I don't know, like, I guess everything needs to be like perfect and everything, or like having that like idea that like just because you live in this whole fantasy world of like the universe is working with you, and I do believe that, but at the same time I still have to put in the work in order for me to become a YouTuber and do all this stuff. Yes, do I understand that there are other methods to becoming a YouTuber and trying to promote yourself and having to go on different platforms? I do, but at the same time, how I want to do it is just focus just on YouTube, make as many videos as you can, and then I'll figure it out from there. Because look, I appreciate all of my friends who are not in this whole trying to become a YouTuber, and I understand their advice, or they're trying to help me, but at the same time, it doesn't really help. So I rather just figure it out on my own by just making as many videos making as many mistakes so that I can figure it out, and this is working for me, and I like how it works. And now I'm done, I'm done complaining about, I don't care about views, I don't care about subscribers, and in a sense of like, it doesn't control me. Like, it doesn't make me always like, oh, I need views, I need subscribers in order for me to become a YouTuber. But now I'm seeing YouTube, like, I think the definition of it now, because I'm thinking like, all right, what's the difference between me making videos now and in the future, like future me having 100K subscribers? There really isn't a big difference. The only reason it makes it officially a YouTuber is because of the amount of subscribers that I have. It's not because I make YouTube videos and I enjoy making videos and I'm being consistent. It's because of the numbers. So then it made me really, think about like, does that really have to define it? Or can I just call myself a YouTuber? Or, yeah, why can't I just call myself a YouTuber now? Because I am consistent with making videos, and I enjoy making videos, and it's mainly on YouTube. So why not call myself a YouTuber? Because, that sounds kind of cool. I mean, if the numbers do have to matter, then okay, then I'm not a YouTuber. So then, I don't know. Is it wrong to call myself a YouTuber now because I don't have the numbers? Or is it as long as you make, because it's like, if I had to relate it to like my hobbies, let's say, okay, if I had to relate this to like rock climbing, am I, okay, well, does that count? Because I go rock climbing, but it's like, at first it was always indoor. So then I used to tell people like, you're not a real rock climber unless you climb outdoors, or at least touch the rock outside. And then, but does that count? I don't know if that counts. Hold on, is it the same? Damn. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm trying to show off like a real. This is where my mind is trying to, like, I'm trying to connect something, but I can't. This is the part where like I'll edit it out. And then I'll cut out all the stuff that should be good enough, but then I don't, and I just keep it in. But thank God I didn't burp this whole time, because it's really, there's so many times I burp and I never notice it, and it's gross, and I have to cut it out a lot. Anyways, damn, I don't know how to connect it to something, because it's tough, because, like with, I guess sort of with hobbies, we assume that people automatically would always say like, oh, you should do more of it so that you can get paid and you could do it for a living. But the point of me making videos, I mean, no, I guess technically, yeah, it is the point, is to eventually, because it's different with my other hobbies. My other hobbies, I do them because it's fun. I don't do them because I want to be like in the Olympics and doing like climbing stuff, or it's not like I want to, like, this isn't like a training to like climb like the craziest mountain I've ever climbed. It's just I do this for fun, because at the time it was just, to socialize. Because with my hobbies are the only way I get to really socialize, because I like to, it's fun meeting new people who like the same things as me. Because it's different with like, because when you like anime, it's like you're mainly in the house. Like, you're not outside telling the world. Versus like, when you're rock climbing, then you could talk about, oh yeah, also I like anime. And then they'll say, oh, I like anime as well. And then, you go back and forth. But, yeah, damn it. I don't know how to, dang it. See, where was I going with that, man? So yeah, something about YouTube, and like, I realized, yes, I can make money off of YouTube. But the reason why I don't try so hard is because it takes away the fun, and I still want to have that fun, I don't know, like that fun time, but also like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, fun time, still a good hobby, but also, yes, I do hope one day I will become a YouTuber, in the sense of like, I get paid and I could do this for a living. Which would be great, because it'd be nice to just be able to just, if my whole job is talk to the camera, get paid just to talk without me having to feel like I need to filter everything, which I still do. Like, I still filter a lot of what I want to say, what I really want to say, because people are sensitive, and like, also, it's either you offend somebody, but like, doesn't even matter because someone's gonna be offended, so it doesn't matter. Like, it's not like I'm focused on one specific group, but it's like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I don't feel like I could say anything, but at the same time, you can say anything, because it doesn't matter as long as you like it, right? Because I'm trying to take my own advice. But I've talked long enough. This is a good, damn, alright, almost 16 minutes, sick. That was just me, just talking off the top of my dome. Maybe I'll do this tomorrow, I don't know, because this is kind of cool, where I don't have to worry about editing later, and this is really it. Maybe, it's also helpful because this is part of the whole 75 hard challenge, but it's nice. It's nice to just not having to edit, because this is what I think of when I think of realistic vlog, meaning no edit, no no physical filters of there's no color grading on me. I just turn on the camera, say whatever it is I want to say for however long, and then that's it. And then literally show everything. Show you zoning out. Show the times where you trail off into different ideas, or talk about how you go from one topic to this topic and it doesn't make any sense and it doesn't connect to this. Those are fun. Those are realistic to me. So maybe I'll do this one more time. I'll do this one more time, and then and then the final day is when it'll be back to editing, because that's when I'll get all being all thankful for the last day and all that stuff. That's what I'll probably do. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Like I've said always, doesn't matter if it's 1 view, doesn't matter if it's 10 views. I appreciate anyone who is listening and or watching. And I'll see you tomorrow doing the same thing. I'll do the same thing, just talk and talk. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Unless I do have an actual topic, then maybe I'll talk. I don't know. We'll see.